Welcome our Facebook family to our bi-weekly lecture from our Fahami Temple of Divine Understanding World Headquarters here in St. Louis, Missouri. We have a wonderful presentation for you today by our adept Cheikh Amsi Manura. The title of his enlightenment is The Square Within the Circle. Again, the title of his enlightenment is The Square Within the Title. Please listen carefully and enjoy this lecture. I would like to welcome our High Sheikh and Cheikh Amsi Manura.
It's good to see all of you this morning. It's a nice, blustery winter's morning in St. Louis, Missouri. But it's good to see the members in attendance this morning.
Indeed.
So I would like to say Fahami to you all.
Fahami.
It's good to see you all. And to our listening and viewing audience. Same to you. It's good to have you with us this morning. As our noble priest Rahotep said in his introduction, my lecture this morning I entitled The Square Within the Circle. So, put your thinking caps on, as we all should do. For to think is a wonderful thing. When you put your mind to something, it isn't any wonder what you would be able to do. La ilaha illallah Fahami Rasulillahi Raj. The square within the circle. O my beloved sons and daughters of Ethiopia, our holy Fahami has informed us God is everything good, and he has many attributes. He is everywhere at the same time, for time is one of the mighty names or attributes of God. Time is one of the Fahami names for God, because time is everywhere, always, at the same time. God is eternal. Time is eternal. All men are time's begotten sons, and all women are his daughters. And the wise among us are the chosen and the doers of good. All is thought. The essential, creative manifest of the great man above. All is thought. All is a part of the essential, creative manifest of the great mind above. Our earth is part of the Milky Way galaxy and is anchored in our solar system, along with the other planets, by the great cosmic mind, the spirit behind the sun. It is the ethereal that keeps the planets in perfect rotation harmony around the sun. The sun is the dynamo of our solar system. And we men are what it looks like on Earth. When the sun comes down to Earth as it relates to man, we are what it looks like. The sun can look like a tree. The sun can look like a plant. It can look like a horse, a cow, anything. A lion, a tiger. But as it relates to man, when the sun comes down to earth, you are what it looks like. You are what it looks like. This great, enormous, ever-turning spirit universe is the generator of life energy to the soul of man that is continuously restored in our bodies by the power of the sun, the man above. The great mind of the universe. I said the great mind of the universe assigns the angels of the air to determine the motion of the heavenly bodies, which are the planets of our solar system. He assigns angels to determine the rotation or the motion that they shall be in this solar system, in our solar system. Ra, the original Christ, meaning the sun, the S-U-N now. Ra, the original Christ, the sun, symbolized in the Christian religion by the cross, is the S-U-N. As the planets rotate around the sun, his presence enters each of their heavens by 30 degrees, 60 minutes for every degree. From sun up until sundown is 180 degrees. From the dark day, which is evening, to until light is 180 degrees. 366 degrees, 360 degrees in 24 hours. The extra days inside the mighty circle, as it relates to our earth, the extra 6 days inside the circle, as it relates to our earth, is 6 degrees. This is the square. This is the square, making it 366 degrees. The first and the oldest name of this race was Jaizi, or Guz, gods and goddesses, elect of God. Their language was called Lisan Guz, or the tongue of the gods. These are the originals. These are the originals. They were and are the originals. The foundation layers, whose wisdom and ideas on social justice we see reenacted in most of the cultures and civilizations of our world today. To represent one's race and God is better than representing anything else. Allah created gods, the great overseers gave us dominion, made servants to men. The gods are made the servants to men. He gave us dominion, but he made us the servants to men and aid them in their every endeavor. Benevolent beings of the royal Kemite armies who have stood in battle array throughout the earthly evolutionary stages of man. Ever since the Most High created us and gave us dominion on this earth, we have stood in battle array, lockstep, to aid man and take care and be the caretakers of this earth. Our daily thinking processes are influenced by the celestial bodies called planets. And each planet is governed by one of the four elements that make up the universe: fire, water, air, and terra firma, or earth, or the ground. All of our thinking processes are made up of one of those. Be it fire, water, earth, or air, one of them. You all's thinking processes are made up of those. The peaks and valleys, channels and streams that make up the earth's surface are formed by these elements, along with the different moods of man. Man is, for the most part, responsible for a lot of the disturbances on the earth's surface and even in the earth's atmosphere. Men's minds in these days and times seem to be on evil and greed and wrongdoing continuously. And it causes a disruption in the heavens and in the earth. So the peaks and the valleys and the oceans and the rivers and the crevices and the cracks that make up the shape and the form of the foundations of the earth's surfaces are caused a lot in part by men's volatile thinking. Men can move mountains if he really desired to, simply with a thought. Simply with a thought. In the cycles of nature, you sometimes have spring in winter and winter in spring. At times, man himself is this way. It is not necessary that everybody believe the same thing or follow the same God. Understand that. Let each people follow their own God and respect the gods of all the others. Communication is beautiful. When man is free to express himself, fear not being his director, and pride not being his goal. This shall be your formula for unity and peace. Here is the road to the brotherhood of man, the sisterhood of woman, and the parenthood of God. The capacity to use the power from the sun is the 13th sense. There are 12 sections of the brain. These 12 sections of the brain contains 12 faculties each to bring a total of 144 faculties or ways of thinking within the world of thought. Our Fahami teachings are this: that God the Son, that God the S-U-N, is above everything in the physical sense, because he is the Father, the parent of all life, light, and energy.
Yeah.
The earth is the stabilizing power. I say it again. The earth is the stabilizing power of the Ethiopian, the Hamite, in this solar system. The earth is the stabilizing power of the Ethiopian, the Hamites, in this solar system. It is the resting place for the spirits of our dead. And our noble ancestors called it the underworld. And the soul enters the underworld by following the sun down or sunset. Many of the souls of our ancestors can descend to earth as guardians of the living. We are sent to watch over and guard those who are living. The soul of man possesses mystic powers, and in the living or dead, these mystic powers are most powerful. According to its power, it may have dominion over many things, animate and inanimate. And a number of these souls working together can change the course of human events. Know ye that there are many good men and women even among your enemies and oppressors. For Amen-Ra rules over the hearts of men. This is part of the divine circle. It keeps moving, keeps turning, no matter what. You might can deflect the square a little bit, but not the divine circle. It keeps rolling. It keeps rolling. It rolls all of that mischief up, but it keeps rolling. Oh, my beloved sons and daughters of Ethiopia. Royal means Ra-El, or Ra is God. The word eternal or eternity has no reference to time. Perpetual motion, turning continually, turning and return, eternal, as the earth, sun, stars, etc. That is what eternal means. Eternal, a turning God or universe. This great circle. Kom or Kim means upright, to stand up, to lift up, etc. The perpendicular plane, the perpendicular standing up straight on a horizontal plane. That is Kim. That is the Kimite. That is you. That is the land of Kim. That's Ethiopia. That is Africa. Christos were the pharaohs and negus of Cush and Ham, which is Ethiopia. The pyramids are not triangular in form or shape, although when viewed from the horizontal angle, it gives this appearance. But it is really not triangle. The pyramids, when viewed from above, you can see clearly the divine square of its foundation. Anchored and rising to its peak, exactly at the center of its square base. This peak is the guidance system, the stabilizing influence in the earth, governed by the Hamites, governed by you Ethiopians of yesteryear and the gods and goddesses of our times, who do not understand its power and its purpose. The squared foundation in our earth that rises to its lofty peak is the symbolic reality that reminds us to be patient and respect and be nice to each other and be of clean body and mind, of mind and soul. Our prayers of Islam are the quickest and surest way of obtaining this power of calmness, stabilizing our earth in today's chaos. Be like the pyramids. Stay calm. Be patient. Have a rock-solid foundation. You built them. You know what they can do. You know what they symbolize. We Hamites must gradually ascend the square, meaning we must know how to gradually ascend the pyramid from its base to the top. We must gradually ascend it by understanding each level of our ascension and know the proper application of the knowledge gained during that ascension will spiritually and mentally maintain the balance in our earth during these turbulent times. The pyramid, the square, with its peak in the center, is the capstone of the obelisk. It is the eye of the needle. It is the eye of the needle. From its peak, the four cardinal points of heaven and earth can be precisely viewed and calculated. You can see north, east, south, and west, below and all around you, and above you, you can see Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, all perfectly situated around that top or that peak of that pyramid. These mysterious mystical structures are keys to maintaining the proper spiritual, mental, and physical balance of our earthly existence. They are strategically located at different points throughout the earth's surface as a guidance and an aid to men. Salute Kim, whose name in men and Amen the mighty. Amen Ra the beneficent is its El On. Ori the seer with his golden flame and golden sword to stab the dragon demon darkness. He is the Kom on Bo Afra, the name of Kim, who is Ethiopia, in whom strength and vigor and love and joy doth both vibrate and abound. Kim is the light of lights, all powerful yet serene. The pyramids are the light of lights, all powerful yet serene. A witness to the majesty of God. And Kim is Ham, or the blacks. The Fahami prophet is a man whom the Most High God, Allah, chose to give some of his divine secrets regarding world affairs, nations, governments, science, and theology. New knowledge that has been held back from all men since creation until the proper time of revealing it has come. The Honorable Paul N. Johnson was the first man in the history of the world to reveal and formulate a culture for Kemites, African Americans. He could have left all Bibles and Qurans alone, for he already knew the interpretations and the essence of them all. He did not only call us to the already established religion of Islam, he was the first person to introduce ancestor worship to Kemites, to so-called Negroes, since the creation of the world. During his life, he claimed to be the culture prophet, the prophet of understanding, pointing the way to salvation. He was holy enough for the life of this world. He was not a prophet preaching holiness alone, but with a call to wholeness and culture, right ways of living,